I have found so much value in noticing the words and the vibration that I use and that others use. And I think what often happens, especially in law of attraction type worlds where people have an awareness, is they start to feel like they can't use certain words. And I sometimes think that there's confusion as to why maybe a different word is better. They think, oh, what's one that they might say? I like even maybe I should. But the word itself, I don't think has, like, again, a word is just a word. It only has the meaning that we put towards it. So what I love to do is encourage people to feel the vibration of what that word is bringing to the conversation or to the environment. And so if I say I struggle, or I used to struggle, that brings so much energy so that all of you can start to understand how hard it was for me. And then you start thinking about things that you've struggled with that are really hard for you. And we kind of create this whole atmosphere of, yes, we're all in this together, really remembering our struggles. And I understand why people do it. It creates a sense of connection. Sometimes it's a sense of community. Support groups, of course. That's why you go to a support group, because people have this shared experience, this struggle, and you're helping each other maybe get to the other side. And there's value in that. I'm not saying there isn't. But what I love is that so often people aren't aware. They're using words out of habit. I think it's fun to notice that if the emotion that we tie to these words, the vibration, doesn't feel good or doesn't fit, it really is great to have the awareness, because then you can say, well, what does fit? What feels better? Because it's always about like, well, what feels better? What feels like a match to me now? And to understand that so often we do put a lot of emotional words into our conversations because we're trying to create energy around something. And that energy might not even be a fit. I have a friend of mine who has young kids, and she was bringing this to my attention. She said, I don't like how when I'm standing around with the moms and they say, oh, my kids are little hellions at home. And she's like, oh, mine are too. Like they're always doing this and they're always doing that. And she said, that didn't feel good. Why did I feel that reaction to want to like be with them in that vibration of our kids are little terrors? She's like, I don't think that way about my kids. So it's fun just to notice the first person set the tone, and it sometimes is our instinct to match the tone so that we are creating the connection. So when you come to a conversation and the words you're using have the vibration that do feel good, other people will usually just by instinct rise up to meet you at that vibration. And we all have had that experience, I'm sure, when someone comes like, oh, I had a terrible weekend, or I can't believe my car broke down. You instantly kind of come down here like, oh, that's too bad. Like, oh, what happened to your car? As opposed to, I had such a great drive into work today. The person who you're telling it to is probably not going to lead down here, but try to match you a little bit more of like, oh, that's good. What way did you take? Like, what, maybe I could find a better way. And so it's fun to notice it's not the words, it's the vibration. But I think having the awareness of the words is a great first step, because then you can start to explore what is the vibration that I choose to bring to conversations.